Hello, people. Been a while, right? I know. So I've been taking care of business, taking care of no things, so work, trainings, the works. So I just thought to pop in this evening and share. Sorry about that. I hope that you can hear me now. Okay, so I've had in recent times quite a couple of trainings um, with laymen, like non-lawyers, everyday people, organizations, and with law students, people who are desirous to be lawyers. And one thing has become very clear, which is basically what has inspired this conversation this evening. And that is the fact that it's all well and good to try to have people informed about the law, but I think that I've seen just how important it is to start from, the very basics, which is what the law is. So it's all well and good to want people to understand the areas of the law that affect their lives, but it's also more important to start from them understanding what the law is, because I found that that's one area that kind of really confuses people. So that's what I'm just quickly gonna, talk about today. So, all right, law. So when people hear the law, really, if you were to say what you think when you hear the law, what would it be? What first comes to your mind? Well, I've seen from my experience, I've seen that people see the law from the prism of the angle or the perspective of their own lives or their own circumstances. Okay. Yeah, the law in itself is quite a wide and complex concept, and it will mean different things to different people. Okay, so say for instance, a philosopher will see the law to mean, something normative, from the idea of um, the kind of system that he wants to see um, applicable within his environment. Yeah. So, see, a philosopher may believe in the idea of perfection. The law should be idealistic in this way. A bit, a politician, for instance. So, because they are within the political system, will see the law as an instrument of policy, perhaps. It means say, facilitate or compel the achievement of his political aims. All right. Someone else may see the law as a means of bringing into effect the, essential values of a society. And then the everyday person, which is this is, the one that I find key to me and key to our conversation, because I'm trying to address the everyday person. So the everyday person will see more often than not the law as something strange and unapproachable. Looks at the law as something with which, or something with which contact should be avoided, like keep the law or contact with the law at the minimal. Thank you. Keep the law and contact with the law at the minimal, and it's this is only something that you need to deal with when it's unavoidable. In fact, the everyday person sees the law as something to only get in touch with when there's a problem. And that, my friend, in itself is a problem. Now, why do I say so? Because the law ordinarily is, in the simplest way I can put it, in fact, I had to write that down, just so that I don't overcomplicate it. So the law is like basically a set of rules, which ordinarily govern how we must or must not behave. So within every context, like a community, an organization, an institution, the that how we should or should not behave. A set of rules guiding or guiding our that will be guiding, yes. Guiding behavior. Sorry about the break. Okay, so guiding our behavior and also setting up the legal consequences of either our actions towards, positively or negatively. So, if we comply with the set of rules, sets out, what could happen, and then most importantly, consequences for not complying, for non-compliance with those set of rules. So that's basically what the law is. So you can see how that affects everyone. So for instance, for someone who is in transport, someone who's out on the road, you should be concerned with traffic laws, or regulations that are set, by transport laws and all of that. So you see how that affects you. For someone, who is looking to get their goods and services processed, so you're interested in the immigration laws or custom laws, you're interested in sales laws, in contract laws, so for someone for every one of us, we should be concerned with health laws, with constitutional laws, because these are the things that set the rules by which our lives should be guided. So we can see that the law is not something to call on only when there's a problem. In fact, when the law is utilized properly, what it should serve as is a preventive measure, for a preventive measure for not getting into trouble rather than something to come to only when there's a trouble. So I thought we just put that out. So now, if someone asks you what the law is, you can say, describe or define the law on the basis of your environment, what you're dealing with, everyday life. So basically, the law affects every one of us. The law is about every one of us. In fact, there's something I wrote out here. You know, the law is there to protect the interest of all members of the society. That's why it's there. And it cannot be escaped. So you see why you should be friends with a lawyer. You see why you should subscribe and watch the Legally Informed show. If you're a first time subscriber, a first time viewer, you are welcome. Yes, I should have said that at the beginning, but you are welcome. And you should subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that every time we drop information, you'll be privy to it. So I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to make our videos really straight to the point, like cut to the chase, so you can easily grasp the concept, and then feel free to share with your family and friends and get them to subscribe as well, right? So cheers now. Thank you. See you at the next podcast. I'll try to make it earlier now.